All righty. We got some stuff to talk about today, man. Spider-Man Brand New Day. The 3-day week box office tracking points looking close to 200 million for the opening weekend domestically. Yesterday we talked, the other day, whenever we did, talked about DC not going to Comic-Con, or DCU rather, not going to Comic-Con. Someone said, "Oh, this aged poorly. They're doing Lanterns." No, HBO Max is doing Lanterns. DC's not doing one, and I still think that's a smart idea. But Marvel is actually returning to Hall H. Is it worth it? I don't know. Christopher Nolan responds and says cinema's not dying, talks about it. I saw Moana last night, as did Winston. Different experiences. We'll discuss that and more. And Netflix is in talks to buy Letterboxd. So we have a lot to talk about today on the show with me and Winston A. Marshall. So let's get into it, everybody. Here is the show. It's Kristian Harloff Show here today. Here we go.
Did you shit in there?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show here today. Joining me on this Friday show, second time this week, saying Toy Story bombed in week 3, saying Luca, last movie was Challengers. What else? Oh, no, it was really Mike who was goofing more than him, but I had to get bucks his balls. Oh, there he is. That was hilarious with Mike. Everything he was saying was wrong.
Which part?
The show. What part? The show. Luca's last movie was Challengers. Luca's doing an AI movie, pure AI. And you were tired. You're saying Toy Story 5 bombed in week 3.
That was something.
Yeah. So
I've been getting plenty of DMs about that. Be like, did Toy Story 5 bomb during week 3? And I was like, okay,
certainly
relax.
Didn't. Certainly, no. People hold it, and then my favorite though is you normally don't do this, but you did it on the show, and people are like, Winston, your box office predictions stink. Instead of saying, because there's certain things. Look, when I said Carano was going to win, I took the L, and I said a bad prediction. Shouldn't have said it. Was wrong. Looked at it wrong. When someone said your predictions are wrong, you go, I don't sit in my office and go, let me crunch the numbers. I do. I don't.
I mean,
you think that I'm sitting there with a calculator going, I wonder.
Look, man, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't ever seen you leave that chair since you moved to New York. So at this point, I just assume anytime you're out of the theater reactions,
just worrying about box office.
I don't. This shit ain't real.
It's fair. So we do have quite a lot to talk about. You watched the show yesterday. It was a good one with Smetsy and Chris.
A great show, man. That's actually, it was one of those things where I was like, this is a nice combo. Why is it making me feel feelings? Fuck this.
It's so funny. It was really good. The two of them. It was fun. But Smets is kind of like a utility player. I think you guys did a show together too, didn't you? Already?
We haven't yet.
Not yet. Okay. He will. He wants to jump back and forth and do the games with everybody, which I think will be fun. He'll do that. I'm not sure exactly when, but I haven't looked. I mean, the numbers haven't come in from last night yet, but I'm guessing that they're in the lead right now. Roca is technically still in the lead. But we'll see. So this is the last week. There was only 4 shows this week because, like I said, I took Wednesday and I shot with Sam. We shot New Hope, and then today at 2:30, Rogue One releases, and it's already on for members if people want to see it. That reaction with me and Sam, which is a really good one. She doesn't know shit. I mean, she really doesn't know anything about Star Wars. I was like, she doesn't know any of the twists. She knows nothing. It's crazy,
genuinely insane. It was already insane when it was like she had heard bare minimum to nothing about like the MCU and you started off with that journey with her, but to know
nothing,
zero about Star Wars,
which I didn't know. You know what it is though. She genuinely thought that she would not respond to it, not care about it at all, and had no interest in it. So if anybody just talked about it at all, she just tuned out, like being in a meeting with Fernandez. He's like, yeah, fucking cat,
Holy.
laser pointer. Look at. I love him. He knows.
Which I was going to ask you, man. What do you think? This is a new camera, man.
Yeah.
I've switched some stuff up.
I mean, it looks good. I mean, the lighting is a lot better for sure. I think Luke will probably agree. Yeah, it looks good, and it's amazing how lighting is so important because I use the same camera I've been using, and I did an out of the theater reaction for Evil Dead the other day, and people are like, "Oh, brand new camera." I'm like, "Nope, sunlight."
That's literally it. And what's so funny about that is because I actually got to give props to Dwayne because he's been producing blurs for us, and between that and the stuff I've been directing, I've learned a lot about lighting. So we've just been making very subtle adjustments each time to kind of get it where it needs to be. So
yeah, it's good. It's good. And that's it. Really is. It's lighting. So we got that coming up for Rogue One. New Hope will be up on Tuesday, and and House of the Dragon actually on Sunday. So we got a lot of stuff that we're doing, and then trying to get her in and watch Empire. I can only imagine now that because I always thought she knew the big twist. She don't. So I'm excited to see how that's going to work. Yeah, so that's what's going on in the channel right now. As far as the pilot goes, I'm going to have it looks like our Kickstarter guy is pretty much locked in. We're just waiting for the last John Hancock, and it looks like we should be good and running. Had a great conversation with both the director Martini and the producers. We have officially kind of made an offer to another producer who's going to be coming on that we'll announce as well. September 3rd seems to be the overall agreed date for us to move. If we get everything done with the Kickstarter guy, we should start really prepping to get everybody's, let everybody know, start the landing page, start the tiers, do all that. I'm already going to be recording a video soon to be on that landing page to let everybody know kind of what the hell the project is, why they want to support it and all that kind of stuff. So it's finally, after all this time, it's really moving. So
dude, congratulations.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So it's good. Let's talk. Well, first, let's just talk about Moana. We both saw it last night, and you texted me last night, and you're like, I don't think this movie's gonna do very well because it's Thursday night where I am, and you said empty theater, right?
Completely empty, and that didn't make any sense to me because it wasn't even full-blown night. It was 4 p.m.
Might have been your answer to your question, though.
Which is part of it, but the problem is there were bodies in the actual megaplex theater. There was 0 bodies but me in the actual movie itself.
Wow. Yeah.
So that was the part that threw me off, is I was like, oh, the lobby, the concessions is hella busy. Like, okay, cool. So I was already mentally preparing for, all right, well, I mean, I got to review the thing and everything. I'm just going to be hella kids. I should just expect it. And it was completely empty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So I did not have that experience, obviously, because I didn't even know. I guess it was what it was. And I will, and me, this is the funny thing, is that I don't love premieres. I just don't like them. I don't give a shit about the access side of it. I don't care about those things. It's not what I go to do the out of the theater and run out of there. Right. I thought that the only screening available was this. I guess I didn't even know it was the New York premiere until after we saw the movie last night. I thought it was just like a special screening, but it turned out Rock's up there singing a song with Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm like, oh, it's the premiere. So I got that screening to it, and I'm like, oh, I guess that's the only one. And then I went and saw Evil Dead, and I went and this other critic who's like, are you going to see Moana tonight? I'm like, no, there's a screening for Moana tonight. I was like, and I really considered emailing the publicist and going, I don't want to go to this thing on Thursday. I want to go to the screening tonight, but I had already told my kids about it.
Sure.
And so both my kids wanted to go, and they both wanted to see it. And so we go to this theater, and it's absolutely, it's like this old school theater. Where the hell was it? But it's deep into the city. And I had to take normally the subway is, 5-10 minutes. So 35-minute subway ride. Well, the train ride itself is always 35-40 minutes from Long Island into the city. Then there's about a 35-minute ride on the train. And so we walk there, we get there on time. This was the problem that I had last night with this theater. The theater itself, beautiful. It's kind of like the rendition of like the El Capitan.
Okay.
Old school, big, huge theater.
Yeah.
We got our seats, sat down, it was whatever, fine. There were some people in the seats. They helped these people out. They put them somewhere else, and it was fine. So I'm like, that happens. The thing was that I think this is a theater issue. They were doing the interviews and everything for people upstairs, They had one bathroom available to hundreds of people, and it was a single serve bathroom. So there was a line around the corner like it was Disneyland on the 4th of July.
So what am I supposed to do in that case? I'm supposed to shit out the window?
Listen, this became a problem. So Maisie and I were just going just to wash our hands.
Yeah.
So she didn't really have to go. But by the time we're halfway through the line, she's freaking out. We're going to miss the movie. I go, well, honey, we're not going to miss the movie because they're still doing interviews upstairs and people are still standing. You're okay. And we were online, dude, for the one downstairs for quite a while. And then they finally opened the upstairs. So we go to the upstairs and we're online up there. And we got there fast enough that we're online or in line, whatever the hell they call it. And then it's like another, all in all, it was about an hour.
Okay.
Right. The how long both lines took. This poor woman is with her 2 kids. And she rushes to the front and she goes, and this is after a while, she's like, I know everybody's been waiting. This kid must have been 5, maybe 6 years old, this poor girl. And she's like, my daughter really has to go. And everyone's like, yeah, just go. And she's waiting. There was somebody in the other single serve, both single serve, waiting there. And the kid's holding. The kid couldn't hold it and wind up having an accident.
Oh.
And it's like the poor kid. But there was this really sweet woman dressed as like one of the Moana Islanders who held up like this curtain, like a dress for her. This other woman was really sweet, had an extra pair of shorts, gave it to the little girl. It was a really nice moment of people watching it. And then, my daughter, you start hearing the announcement that they're starting the thing. And my daughter's like, let's go. I go, we've been online for an hour and we're the next people. We're waiting for this bathroom. So we do. And we finally get there. We get there right in time. They start doing the dances, they're singing and whatever they're doing. And then The Rock comes out. So now we're looking at 7:30, 7:45 before the movie starts. Right. And I've got an 8-year-old who gets tired quick. So
is that why you're out of the theater was so dark and it
was at the back of my house?
That's what I thought. I was like, you were like an alley or something.
I didn't even do it. I by the time I got out of the theater, I had to rush my kids back onto the subway for another half an hour. Right? Someone said it in the comments. They said, "Why does he look so tired?" They said, "Dude, he went from Long Island to the city, looks like deep into the city, and then got tired, got his kids back to Long Island. He's probably exhausted." I said, "This." The guy knew 100%. So, I was like, I just made the decision. I'm like, I almost said I'm not going to do it out of the theater, and I'll just do a movie review tomorrow. But I said, I'll just go home once I get the kids home. We got them some food. They were great, really super, super, just tired, but got on the train, did everything I asked them to do, got them some food. They were cool. The movie itself, it was funny, and I said this inside of my reaction, is that I was very curious how both of them would react, because Vivian loved Moana as a kid. She loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. She had the same reaction that I did. Maisie enjoyed watching it, and the 8-year-old they need the 8 and 9-year-olds to come see this movie, because those are the people, that's the audience. But that's the audience that they're gonna look at it differently. They're gonna say, hey, I love Moana. I watch Moana because Maisie loves Moana, the animated one. But in her mind, all she wants to see is the animated one come to life. She's not thinking about story. She's not thinking about everything else. She just wants to see it. The movie is void of the magic that the animated.
Yes. Yeah. The easiest way to describe it is there is a moment when you first meet Maui, and I would argue like the most interesting moment that he has, the most exciting, is him singing "You're Welcome." And I felt like until he got about halfway through the song, I was like, does he care that he's doing this? And then all of a sudden it felt like a switch kind of flipped. And I think where it got strong for me for The Rock was when he just got to improvise. And I felt like because they're the moment when they're trying to sneak around, I won't say more.
You can say whatever you want. There's no difference. There's no difference.
Okay, great. So in that case, when they're dealing with the crab and they're trying to get the hook back from the crab and whatnot, and they're like kind of sneaking, and she's got the disguise on and she's banging around. It's like, no, I like that. And he's clearly riffing. He's like, okay, now try it louder. Okay, now try it.
He's like, all that sucks. That was
exactly. That was hilarious.
It was good.
That I felt he was actually engaged. The rest, I felt like he was going through the motions because it was like, I literally already did this movie.
See, I can understand why people have that criticism. I think people did. I didn't necessarily get that, but I didn't see the difference between watching him sing on stage live and then watching what he was doing in the movie. It was like, hey, people like this, and it's like, if it's almost like, hey, put on the wig and be Maui right now, and then it's like, okay, cool, I'm at a Disney event and I'm Maui right now, and it's like, yeah, but it's the movie, and we've seen this movie, and it's like, it is the problem that the Disney, remakes have, is that they're just, you've got to try to, if you're going to do a shot by shot, it's almost impossible to do it, but you've got to try to capture the magic, right? The only two movies that I really know that have captured the magic so far, and people can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong or if they're missing one, but the ones that really captured the magic to me and added a little new was Cinderella and Jungle Book. Those were the two that really worked for me. I'm trying to think of the other ones. There's probably Beauty and the Beast. It was a shot by shot, and they added a little bit new for Belle. And I actually like that movie more than most, but I don't know if I've ever seen it again since I saw it in the theater. But those are the two that worked for me.
Let's see. For me, because I had to pull them up real quick.
Oh, Aladdin. Aladdin was good too.
Aladdin was good would be the only one for me.
Yeah, Aladdin was good too.
I like the live action doing their own thing shit. Like, I thought the first Maleficent was great. I liked Cruella. I didn't like the second Maleficent.
Oh, Cruella was a good one too.
I like Cruella.
Yeah,
that was part of why I was.
But that wasn't a remake, though. But that's what
I'm saying. It was just a live action reimagining.
Spinoff. It was a spinoff more so.
Right. What? Here's what I said. That I didn't say this in my review, but I'll say it now. What they should have done, to be honest with you, if you really wanted to play Maui live action and all that kind of stuff, Moana 3 should have been live action, and you could have easily explained that, and that something goes on with this hook that, whoa, everything's transformed. You can explain that away with Disney magic, and then let that be your vehicle to do that. But like this idea of, I'm going to give you the exact same movie that has been literally less than a decade, because I thought it came out in the summer of 2016. It came out in November, so we literally have not hit a full decade, and you're giving me a full reimagining.
Yeah, it's true. It is. That's what I said as well too. Like 10 years just maybe wasn't enough time, but it also didn't feel like it was really on set. It almost felt like there was a lot of it. It never felt real. You know what I mean? Visually it looked cool, but it didn't feel real. Like those other movies you mentioned, Jungle Book felt real, Aladdin felt real, Cinderella felt real. Lilo and Stitch is another one. I didn't mind that one. Felt real on the islands and stuff too. It felt like it was like it didn't have the effort that maybe it needed in order to be successful. But anyway, but look, I had said, and I still think there's an outside shot. I don't think the movies. I'm with you. I think it's not going to have a great opening weekend, right? I am very curious to see how it does in week 2 and week 3, and how big the drop off actually is. If it's a monumental drop off to where it's like, this is not even going to last in the theaters very long, then and that's gone. But if not, if it has like more of like at a like 30% drop, 40% drop, 35, whatever it is, and then it's still kind of tacking on what Elemental can do, it might have an outside shot, but it's not looking good for the movie.
It's what this feels like, and I hope I'm wrong for two reasons. One, I don't like seeing any movie fail, knowing how hard it is to get anything made, and the work people put in, like acting wise, crew wise, all that kind of stuff. I don't want any movie to fail,
right?
But like, one, they set themselves up in a way of, if you even decided this will be our last summer movie, so you could put it a little bit more into August, so it's like before kids go back to school, they have one more movie to go with the families to see.
Cannibalizing, you're saying the cannibalization with Toy Story, right?
That's the first thing. That and Minions, and you've got Spider-Man about to come down the pipeline. I know that's more adult, but it's still gonna pull some. But then the other thing I was gonna say is, I thought that this young lady was so good.
She was good.
I hope this doesn't, if it does bomb, this isn't one of those things that like stalls out her career or anything, because I thought she was very talented.
It's a good point. You know, it's funny when you texted me that last night. I was going to say, well, it shouldn't, but then the girl who did Little Mermaid really hasn't had much going on since that movie, right?
Yeah, the funny thing about that is that's Halle Bailey.
Yeah,
she was already famous beforehand as a musical
Singer,
artist,
right?
her and her sister, and so she was just in Yumi and Tuscany, which didn't do very well at the box office and stuff like that. So like she still has some stuff going, but not necessarily of that scale, obviously.
Right. Well, that's kind of the point, right? The point is when you do a movie like that. I mean, and even look at Millie Alcock. When you do a movie like that, the goal for all your team, your agents, and your managers and your lawyers is, okay, this is it. And now after this one, sky's the limit. And now it's like, oh, we're back in the basement, guys. You got to find a way out of the basement. And in the basement could be smaller little films, doing little things, building yourself back. Let's get her a small part in this. So maybe she can really shine in there. And then we can get her back in another big one. It's a stupid game. But there's so many people playing in the game. That's what happens, unfortunately. It's almost like a boxer. It's like, oh, the boxer was ready. Got a big fight. Boxer got knocked out in the 6th round.
You gotta
boxer got to build back up.
Yeah.
And
it's rough, but it's one of those things, at least for her, because she already had the clout from being like a Grammy-winning artist and stuff, she's doing fine. But that's what I'm saying for this young lady, like knowing that it even says in the credits and introducing, this is like her opening salvo here. And if it hits too hard, then they'll be like, well, what have you done? Oh, I mean, she's good, but man, she clearly couldn't sell the movie, even though it's not even hers to sell. I would argue it's The Rock's to sell.
I don't think she's going to get the blame for this, though. I really don't. I think The Rock's going to get a little bit more blame, because it's just like right now, he is in a place that the stuff he's doing just isn't working, and this even comes from stuff like, and I really thought he was brilliant in The Smashing Machine. It didn't do well.
I did too.
Movie didn't do well at all, and he didn't get the nomination he was hoping to get. I know that he's just doing this other movie now. He's doing a Scorsese movie, and he's doing a movie.
Oh yeah, the Hawaiian mob boss movie.
That's the Scorsese one. But then he's got this other one that's about a stuntman or something that just came out recently that he's trying. I think it's a little more serious.
But I've heard Jumanji's not doing the testing for Jumanji 3 isn't great.
The testing or the tracking? Because there's two different things.
The testing, like people, I guess whatever the testing has been. I had heard from someone, they were telling me, they were like, yeah, this isn't great to
December is going to be crazy. December is going to be a crazy month, because I'm so curious to see because I think, and I wasn't on the show, or we didn't do a show that day, but there was a report that Avengers Doomsday might actually be moving a week earlier, which I think is super smart if they are doing that. And if they're getting out of the way of Doom, and here's and not that they're getting out of the way of Doom, but here's what could work in their favor if they decide to do that. If they go a week earlier, and the movie is fantastic. I know there's a report out there. I think Campy has said that he heard something that it's not going well. I don't know if that means that the shooting wasn't going well. I don't know if there was some things. I don't know what that means. But let's say that the movie itself crushes opening weekend, and the reviews and everything else, people are diving back in there because the hype on this movie now after week 1 is just magnetic. That's going to hurt Dune. More so because people are like, oh, did you hear the new Avengers movie? Yeah, I wasn't going to see it. Dude, it's awesome. Got to go see it. That is going to take some juice out of Dune, because Dune going head to head, I think, has a better shot, even though I still think Dune should get the hell out of the way of Avengers, because I think Dune could do so well on its own. That trailer, I mean, did you watch that new trailer from Dune? Dude, it looks like, so Star Wars was essentially one of the big inspirations for Star Wars was Dune. Right. You can see, I mean, he's full on Anakin in this. I mean, Anakin into Vader. He's full on Vader, I should say, like in this thing. Like, and I'm all for it. I love how the progression of it, of what they've done so far. So because you and I saw the first one in the theater together.
Yeah, that was before. It was before you left, because I had told you I hadn't seen it, and the second one was coming out, so I went to a screening with you.
Yeah, because I hadn't seen it in the theater. I had seen the first one, because the first one they did.
It was like a limited release because of COVID, right?
They released it in the theater and on HBO Max at the same time.
Got it.
So at that time, I wasn't really going to the movies, but I remember I locked it was when it was in my old garage. I locked the garage. I put the surround sound. I just sat in the back with everything, and I closed the curtain to just watch that movie in the back. And it was an amazing experience. But I said I didn't need to go see it in the theater. And then when they put it out on IMAX and you hadn't seen it, I go, yeah, I think I really want to see it in the theater.
That that was actually really funny because did I tell you what happened on the way to go see that?
Maybe.
So on the way to see the screening with you, that was when I was working at that one job over in Culver, and the screening was in Burbank. So they cut me as early as they could, but the traffic was too bad. So I'm like a good 20-25 minutes away.
I kind of remember.
And I was like, bro, I'm gonna miss the opening of it. So I opened up HBO Max and I was watching the beginning.
You told me that in the car. In the car. Yeah. I remember that. I remember you telling me that. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, because you missed the very beginning of it. Is that right?
I mean, I literally, as I walked in, I whispered to you. I was like, "Bro, I just saw this scene 2 minutes ago."
Okay,
cool. Good.
Yeah. Just start. That movie, the first one and the second one was just so good. I can't wait for the third one. Anyway, so we'll see. We'll see what happens and how the theater responds and what movies really perform. And I think we know that Spider-Man is going to be one of those, and we will talk about that in just a minute. That's what we got to discuss, because they're already reporting on how much it's going to make opening weekend here, how much it's going to make in general. So let's talk about this first. I'm going to tell you guys about Rougiette. I'm going to tell you about Factor. You want to help out the show? Click on those links, man. And then we'll be right back. Life really does move at like 175 miles an hour. I'm telling you, it's like the big week's coming up. It's so stressful. It can be, between whether it's work, relationship, everything else that you got going on your plate. You want to know that you can show up when it counts. And that includes, it's the bedroom, guys. If things aren't working out the way that they used to, you don't have to accept it. So Rougiette, told you a million times about Rougiette. Everybody who's been trying Rougiette says, thank you so much, and you're welcome. Why? Because Rougiette has treatments that can help you. It gets you staying hard, it gets you hard, and it lasts as long as you want, whether it's occasional trouble or something that's been building for a while. Their doctors work with you to find out what fits your body. Their best-selling treatment is Rougiette Ready. Combines 3 clinically proven ingredients in one minty dose that dissolves under your tongue. It increases blood flow, and it primes your brain for arousal, so you're ready physically and mentally, ready to go. Most men are good to go in about 15 minutes, with effects lasting up to 36 hours. And if timing is your issue, Rougiette has Go Long in a 2-in-1 treatment that helps you get hard and stay in control when you finish. Over 400,000 men have already made the switch to Rougiette. Now, you want to get started? Simple. Rougiette connects you with a board-certified doctor online, and treatment ships discreetly to your door. Head on over to rougiette.com/Christian and get 15% off your ED treatment. That is RUGIET.com/Christian. Get 15% off. Rougiette. It's performance medicine for men. Look, you guys know I'm on the go, and I've been eating healthy. You know that, but it's not always easy to prep everything, and that's why I love Factor, and I've talked to you guys about Factor before. I love it. Factor has meals. It's built around your goals, whether it's weight loss, overall nutrition, more protein, or GLP-1 support for strength and workout recovery. That's what they do. You got to check out Factor's Muscle Pro collection. It's been super helpful with getting back in the gym and doing all that. It's fresh. It's never frozen. Over 100 rotating weekly meals, including globally inspired flavors like Mediterranean, Asian. There's always something new to look forward to. It's ready in 2 minutes. Factor shops, preps, cooks, and delivers straight to your door, so you have more time for everything that you love this spring. I've been using Factor. You should use it too. If you aren't already, do it now. Head on over to factormeals.com/Christian50 off. Use the code Christian50 off, and you get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscriptions only while supplies last until September 27th, 2026. Got to see the website for more details. That is Factor. You know how long I've been with them. You know how much I love them. Get them. You'll be happy. Thank you to Factor. Thank you to Rougiette. Love having them on board. And I'm hoping you guys are clicking on those links, just browsing around. Helps the show tremendously. All right, Winston currently already got 24 questions before we even started anything, so that's good. I just got a tweet when I was during the break, and someone had tweeted me and said, although I hate when people tweet at me about the show and they're not following me. It's like you want to see your story talked about? Follow the it's the show account. Come on, what's this guy's name? I'll call him out on air.
Don't get. That's what he wants.
I know, no, but he wasn't doing anything except sending me an article.
No. But I mean, the whole him not following shit. No, that's what he wants.
At Ben Brapton, Raptors 99. Guys tweeted him, say, "You want to tweet about the show? Follow the fucking show." Anyway, so thank you to Ben. Though, jokes aside, we have confirmed that Moana cost $250 million before global P&A.
What the?
Yeah, that movie's in trouble.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well,
that movie's in trouble.
Oh god, I just
that movie's in trouble. $250 million is too much, and they really have to have a. I mean, like I said, legs galore. Okay, before we jump into, we can talk about the Spider-Man thing. When did you make your Schmodown debut? Was it season 4 or 5? I can't remember.
4.
4? 4.
5 was the draft, wasn't it?
No, it was 6. 5 was the Magic. I think you were 5. Anyway, we'll find out soon enough. But we're in season 3 right now, and look at this match. Makuga versus Wolf. It was the debut of the classy one, Clark Wolf, facing Josh Makuga, who was the season 1 finalist of the tournament, and they went head-to-head in a legendary battle that is up on the channel now. We're almost at 1,700 subscribers in general on that channel. So I'm hoping that people will. I hate this. Well, you're Mike Kalinowski for now because his your tag's not there. So
you're Winston. Oh man, they gonna say I'm in whiteface.
I'm leaving.
They gonna say Mike in blackface. Holy shit!
I just it's so hard for me to find these lower thirds. Is that it? Maybe that's it.
There it is.
All right, I'll put it up here. Anyway, so yeah, so that match is up there now. Someone asked about the season 2 finals. I'm hoping that they're kidding or they just don't watch the show. It's a season 3 match. It'll be coming up soon. So then that's what we got going on for the Shimono channel. So I hope it was Shimono Vault. So nice. Go and check it out. All right, let's get into this topic because this is huge. Winston had mentioned beforehand about Spider-Man Brand New Day. We know that it's going to crush. We know that it's going to really swipe everybody out of the way for that box office. It's easily going to be the number 1. Spider-Man Brand New Day is unsurprisingly already tracking to be one of the biggest box office hits of 2026. And now we have some updated opening weekend projections for the movie. Despite the odd mega hit, the domestic and international box office have never quite managed to return to pre-COVID levels. Spider-Man No Way Home was one of the few exceptions in 2021, earning a massive $1.9 billion worldwide in the closing weeks of the pandemic. Now, Deadline is reporting that Spider-Man Brand New Day, the 3-week tracking projections point it debuting in the U.S. with 180 to 190. That would have marked the second biggest opening of the franchise behind No Way Home's massive 260 in its first week. It's crazy how much money that No Way Home made.
Right.
260. Arriving before audiences had grown somewhat fatigued with superheroes, the movie also benefited from the presence of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's respective Peter Parker variants, alongside with familiar villains from the past. Sony Pictures, Marvel Studios have managed to create a similar buzz around Sadie Sink's mystery character, but it's not on the same level. Still, Brand New Day is well on to having the biggest opening weekend of 2026 so far, swinging past Toy Story's impressive 159. As the trades explain, currently Spider-Man Brand New Day is behind No Way Home in advance ticket sales, and that's not a bad thing. Brand New Day, as we first told you, posted the best first day pre-sales ever since No Way Home 5 years ago. Something that isn't helping Spider-Man Brand New Day is another Tom Holland movie, The Odyssey, that has an exclusive 3 weeks IMAX window, but the next MCU movie is still expected to make its mark on either PLFs like Screen X. Okay, so let's see. There's a first choice behind Spider-Man and ahead of such movies now. 3-week tracking tends to be hit or miss, so expect these figures to fluctuate as we get closer to Spider-Man Brand New Day. Will they go up or down? Let's see what Sony says. What are the numbers up here again? Did I miss anything? No. So what they're saying, look, I think it's going to do about 200 opening week. I think it's going to overperform the tracking. I think it's going to just around 200.
Wow.
And if it's, same thing, if it's great, it's going to continue to do well. I think it's going to be close to about 450, 500 for the weekend overall. And I'm excited. I'm really, really excited for it. Really excited for it.
I can't wait. I already felt some type of way when we got, Dustin Daniel Creighton to be in charge of this in the first place.
Yeah.
I automatically was like, oh, I'm really on board. And the fact that Tom, I think all of the Spider-Men have cared, but Tom seems to really, really, really be invested and care about that. And the fact that he even said, I wasn't willing to do this unless they really nailed these scripts down and all that kind of stuff. I just have a lot of faith that it's going to do very well. I don't know, since all of my predictions eat dog doo-doo, we'll just say that I like where the tracking is at. The only thing that I will give on that is say, because I'm not good at opening weekend guesses, so I'll say I think that the 2 Billy that we've been talking about for this movie is still very much a real thing that can happen, but we'll have to wait and see, because
I'm not at 2 bill, but I'm at least 1.6, 1.7 for sure.
That the reason why I'm hesitant to still give it that full nod is we haven't, a lot of these other movies we thought were going to be higher this year,
sure.
and they haven't done it. Really done that.
I don't think you're wrong. But you know, here's what Spider-Man has going for it that these other movies don't. Right? You look at something like Supergirl. Supergirl, we had this question on yesterday. And I said, one of the main things that hurt the movie, one of the main things, there were a lot of things, but one of the main things was the release date too. It was in a terrible spot with all these movies right now, even the movies that aren't necessarily even performing, they're still taking away box office. This movie, Spider-Man, comes out at the end of July with no competition. It has absolutely no competition. Let me see. I mean, minus like the 4th week of the Odyssey, or 3rd week of the Odyssey, or whatever, which is really its only competition, which we'll get into in a second. But yeah, July 17th is the Odyssey, and then 2 weeks later is Spider-Man. So it'll be in its 3rd week, I guess. August 7th is Super Troopers. That's not going to do anything against it. Paw Patrol, August 14th. August 18th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. August 21st. Insidious, August 28th, Coyote versus Acme, Cliffhanger. Nothing.
That's crazy. That's nothing. Crazy. They have nothing. They have nothing to go up against.
Nothing huge. Nothing huge.
Or in the sense that, like you said, Odyssey will have already been 2 weeks, so like it'll be around.
Yeah,
Odyssey
will be its biggest competition for a little bit until it's gone, and that's the other thing. So I just got my confirmation yesterday. I'm going to see it. I mean, I already was going to see it on Monday, but a confirmation for IMAX. Going to see it tomorrow on Monday. Haven't said yet, but I have to do an interview first, and then I go straight from the interview to the screening. So Monday will be a shorter. No, I mean, I'll do my show at Roca, and then I'll probably just hop right into the city, do the interview, go to the screening, try to grab some food, I guess, in between. But I'm excited for Odyssey, man. I'm hearing nothing but great things about that movie.
Dude, every single thing that I've heard is that people are already like, this is his masterpiece. And I'm like, that's crazy when you consider.
That's what they always say. That's what they always say.
They do, which is incredible, because to keep topping yourself.
I know.
Is wild. Awesome phrasing. Jesus Christ. But but to know that like he has already put out the Dark Knights and the Inceptions and the Interstellars and the Oppenheimers, and to think that every single time, more or less, he just raises the bar.
Yeah,
I absolutely can't wait, man.
Can't wait. So we got that one, which is coming out. We see Screwface John's in here, who's I'm a big fan of, but he's on my shit list right now.
What? Wait! Whoa! Wait a minute!
I'm kidding. I saw a super chat. He said at the end, he's like, "Told me I look like the fucking guy from the Joe Schmo show," and I was like, he was.
That comment came in.
Talking about.
I corrected it. I said that it felt like if you and Mark did like the fusion dance or like had a baby, maybe I can see that.
I'll take Dan Cook. I'll take Steve-O. Right? Not that one. That was terrible, Screwface. Absolutely terrible. I looked at it, I was like, I'm thinking of him, and I looked and I was like, what? And so he's unbelievable. So Screwface, I almost muted you from the channel for that one.
That's okay. I'm still logged in, Screwface. If he does it, I'll let you back in.
So good to have everybody here. Anyway, so let's Spidey Odyssey. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna. I think that they're both gonna do really well. Those are really the last of the summer movies. It's really it. There's really nothing else. I mean, I do want to see. There's a movie that I'm really looking forward to that should do well. All things considering of what it is, and that's that Anne Hathaway movie, which is
which one?
what the End of Oak Street.
Okay.
And that's going to be an IMAX too. So I'm looking forward to that one.
IMAX?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be, and it's funny. The biggest blockbuster that Spider-Man will be competing with in September is the re-release of Avengers Endgame.
That's pretty nuts.
That's not until the end of September. That will do. I think that's going to do very well because at some point they're going to announce that there's going to be a post-credit scene leading into Doomsday. That is not me reporting or scooping anything. That is clearly just a prediction.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
But I think they're going to do that. And then October 2nd is Digger, which will be we get starting to get the Oscar stuff.
Right.
Once you do that, because I'm looking at The Social Reckoning is another one. That's October 9th. October 16th. Whalefall is the one that people have been talking about.
I'm assuming just all the stuff that you're going to, just you mentioned Digger, you've seen the kind of trailer they're putting in front of movies right now for it, right?
I have not seen the trailer, but I'm aware of it. The one with Tom Cruise Legacy.
Yeah. I was like, why is this the route we're going? Because I was like, is he dying? Is this his last movie? Is this a documentary about him?
I think that they're celebrating the fact that his performance is so good of a career in general. This is kind of like a cherry on the sundae.
Which I guess I get. It's just that there's literally then all of like 5 seconds of the Digger part. The rest of it is literally every other movie he's ever been like.
I actually really well in. The counter to that is I think it actually shows a lot of confidence in Digger. I think that it means that, don't worry, you're going to see enough of this movie real soon. We're just showing you a little bit, just a little taste right now, but just wait. Between him and Naruto working together, I'm hyped for that one. October 23rd is Clayface, but really, I mean, that's November and December is when you're going to start to get any movies that potentially could be summer movies that land in the big, holiday months, November and December. You're getting Dr. Seuss's Cat in the Hat, which, if it's good, could do well with kids, right? Which is The Great Beyond? That's a Warner Brothers movie. Which one is that?
I mean, it sounds like it's about
Bad Robot. It's Bad Robot. What is The Great Beyond?
That sounds like, just by the name, that has something to do with like heaven or hell or something like that.
I got no PLD today, so hopefully
I don't. Let's see. JJ stars Glenn Powell, Jenna Ortega, Emma McKee, Sophie O.
What is it though? Don't worry about it, Luke. Just give me a synopsis on it, and then we'll read it when Luke sends it. And then we've got Great Beyond is November 13th. November 20th is Hunger Games. November 20th, the one that I'm really looking forward to is the I Play Rocky, which could potentially be some Oscar stuff there. November 25th, Fokker-in-Law. Now December is, that's where December 18th right now is Avengers Doomsday. There's nothing on the 11th though. Nothing on the 11th. That would be interesting if they throw that in there, the Avengers Doomsday after all. Dune Part 3, December 18th. Angry Birds 3. Jumanji is Christmas. Werewolf's Christmas.
That would be, that would be a fun, if they push it up, that would be dope. And that would be a nice little early birthday present for me, because my birthday's on the 10th. So if you do that, like all the preview shit would be then if I don't get into a press screening. So that would be cool.
Did someone not know that Bad Robot was JJ's company? We knew that.
No. I've known that for a while. I can hear it after finishing Lost. Bad Robot.
No, I guess he was talking to somebody in the comments. He said Bad Robot is JJ's construction company. He's probably talking to somebody in the comments. So yeah, it's interesting. I think overall that there are some movies that could really hit, but Spider-Man really does not have much to worry about right now as far as competition goes. So we shall see. What do you guys think? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right, let's get into. I'm trying to think of what we should talk about here. We mentioned Nolan, so we'll get this conversation with what Nolan talks about. Nolan was talking about cinema and saying that cinema itself is not dying, right? Which I don't disagree with him, but I want to get into his overall thoughts and what he said. I think business strategy needs to change personally, but
yeah.
let's check this out. Okay. Okay, it is, but I know you were talking about a film. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. All right, never mind. Okay, so let's get to Christopher Nolan says cinema isn't dying. Okay. You've heard the argument that cinema is on the wing. It's one that has been around for many years, though has picked up steam against the age of streaming and pandemics when attendance has seen drop-offs. One filmmaker whose films defy that logic is Christopher Nolan, out promoting The Odyssey and chatting with BBC News. He says the media has claimed cinema is dying for decades, but simply isn't true. What is happening, rather, is a shift of younger generations coming out for young filmmakers offering new material. I think there's a lot of different ways to interest people in coming to the movies. This summer, you've seen movies like Backrooms and Obsession that are made by young filmmakers connecting with their audience. Our biggest segment of people who come to the movies are young people, and it always has been. That is absolutely true. Both Backrooms and Obsession have drawn major Gen Z audiences, resulting in two of the most profitable movies in recent times, with 360 million and 400 million global grosses, respectively. Obsession hit digital the other day, while Backrooms is set to hit digital on July 13th. This is an excellent point that we cannot lose sight of here, because it's someone said this the other day, right? And it's so true. 10 years makes a big difference. So 10 years ago, a 15-year-old in, I guess, is that Gen Z? What is that for 10 years ago?
10 years? Yeah.
10 years ago for millennial?
Well, what are you saying? They were born 10 years ago?
Well, a 14-year-old who was really excited about a superhero movie. Gen Z? Gen Z's us. Gen Z's me.
No, you're not Gen Z.
Oh, Gen X. I'm lost right now. Apple. I haven't eaten. Oh, you know what? Hold on. So, Gen X, Gen Z, and Gen Z. Well, because no, it's Gen X, then millennials, and then
it's Gen X, millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha.
Right.
Gen Alpha would be the ones that were born around that time. So, like, your daughter would be Gen Alpha. Your youngest.
Right. So anyway, who gives a fuck? 10 years ago, the audience, the 14-year-old that was seeing the movie, who's excited about it, I wanted to see all the Avengers movies and seeing all Marvel. Let's say 15 years old. 10 years now in the job market, looking for something else, maybe some, depending on where you live, getting married, having kids. Usually the age range is a little higher than that these days, but still, even a freaking 20-year-old that was going back then to see those movies. It's hard to see movies when you start having kids and everything too. It's not as easy anymore. The new generation, Gen Z, they don't respond to the comic book movies as much anymore. They don't respond to these. The market is not, that's why they do better on streaming, because those people are watching them still on digital. So, as Nolan says, you've got to find what that market is, and you also have to. You can't make a Supergirl and a He-Man movie for $200 million. You just can't do that anymore. There's no world you're going to get people in the theater. It's just not going to happen. Spider-Man is one of those properties. He just has stayed in the zeitgeist since the freaking 1960s. So it's like, he transcends just the shared universe stuff. Superman gets close. Batman does it.
More. On the DC side, it's Batman. Yeah.
Batman does it. Batman doesn't have to be, as the Batman will show, Batman doesn't have to be connected to a shared universe to succeed. Right? So, it's like things are changing and things are moving, and like Nolan is a rock star. There are a few rock stars, right? Like it's just an event. You go to see a Nolan movie. Okay, he's doing a movie about the guy who did the atomic bomb. He's doing a time travel movie. He's doing a movie about the guy who created hot dogs. Holy shit, I can't wait to see it. It's like that's rare. That because someone asked him in an interview, they're like, "Do you know how good you are? Like, are you aware how good you are?" And his answer was like, "Oh, I just really enjoy making films." His answer is, "Fuck yeah, I know." He's not going to say that, but that's what the greats do. He's like, "Yeah, I know. It's what I'm good at."
It was funny you mentioned this, because there was a really interesting Instagram reel I saw yesterday of a woman who's about my age. I would have guessed she's somewhere between like 37 and 40, something like that. And she was just talking about how there was a lot of stuff that us millennials, especially us millennials in the industry, realized we inadvertently got played just a little bit because we were like every other industry. We were told you go to college, you pay your dues in the thing, and then you'll get to where you ultimately want to go. And she was talking about how the industry has had a lot of issues between the pandemic and the strikes, and it's been shrinking and stuff like that. And that we put in all this time and effort and energy for like the last decade and a half to get to the spot. Like now it's supposed to be our turn. But as the industry shrunk, you're seeing then Gen Z that came behind us, that they didn't scoff at the idea of being an influencer. They didn't scoff at the idea of being a content creator. They saw it as an opportunity to just tell the stories they wanted to tell. And then watching how that has flipped into Obsession, Backrooms, Iron Lung, how they built their audiences from the ground up with the stories they want to tell. And now they're here. So there was just this interesting thing about, again, instead of following the mold, like you said, we're in the middle of the superhero era. Everything's a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Like Nolan said, I'm just telling stories I want to tell. And then this kid in Curry, same thing. He wanted to do this and he did the thing. And then
that's what it is. Yeah. And this is funny because like, it just shows you how there's so many people in the world, because I don't know who, when I went back to Long Island, and my friends don't know shit about movies. They don't know what's coming out. Any single time I'm telling like, movies that you and I know are coming out and other things that are coming out, like, they wouldn't know that a Supergirl movie even came out. My friend John Pinto and everyone else did. Yep. When I got back home, everybody was asking me if there was a screening that can you take me to the Odyssey? So I know that's the only movie I know that people are really excited about out of the people. Like my cousin, who I'm taking with me to see it. I had to bribe him with babysitting. That's basically how I do it. So I'll tell you what, I'll take you to Odyssey because it's a high thing. You got to babysit the kids. I take my wife out for a date.
Yeah.
But my friend James wanted to see it. Sarah's dying to see it. Like everyone, like I don't know who you know, and I don't know what your demographic is also, but I know tons of people who are excited to see it.
Dude, my dad watches James Bond movies and then like political or history stuff. So he asked me about the Odyssey. My mom really only knows kind of black movies and black celebrities, but was like, hey, isn't that that Spider-Man kid? Doesn't he got like some big movie that's not Spider-Man coming out this summer? I was like, right. You mean the Odyssey? She goes, yeah. Is that gonna be good? Like that is actually one of like 3 movies that I feel like the entire world knows, either A, because they are genuinely excited because it's Nolan, because it's Matt Damon or Zendaya or whoever, or unfortunately from the BS controversy that's come out of the movie already and it hasn't even dropped yet. That's another reason why I feel like everybody knows it. So that's the funny
thing.
Weird.
That's the funny thing is I don't think like if I talked to my friends that were excited about it, I can guarantee you none of them know about that.
About the controversy?
No,
that's fair. I'm saying that like I felt like most people just knew the movie was coming. The last little sliver that don't know, I know because of the controversy.
Maybe so. What do you think it does opening weekend, by the way? Odyssey. Let's do a prediction here.
Oh, God, I'm so bad at this. The fact that they
not worldwide, domestic.
The fact that they have sold out as much as they have sold out, I think we're talking the same range as Spider-Man. So what they were saying is Spider-Man's looking at 180.
Oh, okay.
I think probably like somewhere in that range. So like 170.
Ooh, I think that's high. I think that's high, but I still think it's going to do very well. But I think we're looking at like the 110, 115 area for domestic.
How much does an IMAX the IMAX 70, like how much does that actually truly inflate those numbers?
It's good. I don't know, but look, Luke says 170. Luke said 170, but I'm going to say 120, 125 is what I say for Odyssey. I'm going to say worldwide it probably makes between 3 and 325.
Fair. I guess where my brain goes is that they have all of the premium screens, that it's sold out so quickly and literally broke the sites to buy tickets. It just seems like that seems to lend itself to this movie is going to. I think it's going to be big. But remember, 120 to 125 is a massive opening. Fair. It's a massive opening. I just figured to be in the same vein as Spider-Man, just based off
I don't know. I think the mass audience. Again, Spider-Man is just a juggernaut.
Fair.
Spider-Man's a juggernaut. Fair. And especially the last 3 movies, and he hasn't. The last movie was so big. It's like you look any movie outside, any movie that's so successful for 3 big movies and the third one was as big as it was, and then there's a fourth one to continue on it, regardless if it's connected to the MCU after a break, and they want to say, well, what happens to him now? As
Okay,
we're
then I'll make an adjustment. Let's say 140.
I mean that's a healthy number. So we shall see what's going to happen there overall. I'm curious what everybody else thinks, but yeah, as far as cinema being dead, no, I'm. It really just the studios have to adjust. They can't spend this ridiculous money on these movies anymore. It just isn't working. It is very, very rare. There are certain ones that you can do it for. I understand making the gamble on Doomsday. I do. I understand spending $200 million on a Star Wars movie. I get it. Not on a Mandalorian Grogu movie, but that movie didn't cost that. I'm just saying. But there's certain movies I get taking the gamble. There's other movies that you got to get your head checked if you're spending that kind of money. That you just can't do it. You either turn it into a TV show for lesser money, or you don't do it. And again, when it comes to I still don't. Jurassic World to me is the most baffling, right?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, because the one argument is, hey, we spent $200 million on this movie every single time, and they always make anywhere between $800 and $1 billion. It's working. But my counter to that be yeah, but we could spend $80 million on one and make the same amount of money because people just want to see the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And it's we'll spend the money on the marketing. And the same thing I've always said this, people keep saying, and they have every right to say it. The Terminator franchise is dead. And I say it 1,000 times over. Give me a $60 million A24 Terminator movie. That movie, if you do it well, could make $250 million. And there you go. Put it in the bank and go home. Anyway.
I agree.
Okay. We've got a couple other stories that I want to, or at least one more that we should get to. And then we can move on. So I want to talk about this Netflix thing because this, to me, I saw this morning, and we added it at the last minute. Netflix didn't get Paramount. They tried. So now it's well, what are they gonna buy? What are they gonna get next? Well, now they're looking at Letterboxd. And this is just the old man to me. I didn't even know Letterboxd was still a thing. Sony Pictures Entertainment, Paramount, and Alexis, they're also said to be eyeing the most. So Paramount again is going after us. So it's going to be Paramount versus Netflix again. Interesting. Could Letterboxd, the popular film review social network, end up in the clutches of Netflix or another big entertainment corporation? Letterboxd, which was founded in 2011, has been shopping itself to interested parties in recent months. The app and website also launched an online video rental service, majority owned by Canadian holding company Tiny, which acquired 60% stake in Letterboxd 2023, valuation of $50 million to $60 million. Letterboxd co-founders Matthew Buchanan and Carl von Randau own the remaining 40% share. Letterboxd owners have early talks with a number of potential buyers, including Netflix, according to an unconfirmed report by Puck. Others reported looking at Letterboxd include Sony, Paramount, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Prospects of the likes of Netflix, Sony, or Paramount owning it would appear to introduce inherent conflicts, raising questions of whether they would somehow give preference to their own titles. Note that film rating sites Rotten Tomatoes was part of NBC Universal for years, and some critics have slammed that ownership structure as being problematic. Meanwhile, IMDb is owned by e-commerce colossus Amazon. Rotten Tomatoes and movie ticketing and streaming service Fandango, now part of Versant Media, which was spun out from Comcast earlier this year. Okay, anyway. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of naive when it comes to Letterboxd. I never used it. I always kind of tuned out when anybody would talk about it. I always remember when people would be like, "Oh yeah, the Letterboxd account. If you look at so and so's Letterboxd thing during the show," I'm like, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I don't care. And I just never. So I don't know anything about it because I just don't care. And I don't. So what's the value in any of these companies really buying it?
It's movie review social media. It literally that's the best way to do it because it allows you to directly put up your own personal reviews, your star rating, to put a watch list. It's that kind of thing, right? So I personally, hearing all of that, as I still believe that all of this people absorbing power like fucking Kirby or Majin Buu is ridiculous. I hope that it goes to Alexis, the dude, Alexis Otani, or however you pronounce his last name. He's married to Serena Williams. He was the co-creator of Reddit. So I saw that was one of the people that was interested in it. I think that would be a much better get than letting any of those studios have it, because I agree, like there was always something a little sus about when you know Amazon has IMDb, that NBC has Rotten Tomatoes. If you just keep it, if it's supposed to be a place for critique and discussion and all that, it always feels weird to have a major studio own one of those. That just it feels a little weird in that way, but who knows?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, someone's talking about other things, I guess. So someone said similar to Reddit. Well, no, thank you. I want to Reddit. Reddit to me is the worst social media thing ever created. It is the most evil, disgusting place ever. I hate it so much.
It certainly can be. At this point, I would say that X and Reddit are playing hold my beer a lot, but
I don't know, dude. I saw like Reddit made me like I've never really been a person like, again, I've had a lot of friends who've dealt with depression, other things too. That was the Reddit spun me into that zone.
Damn.
Reddit, like the people in there are really nasty, at least the particular things that I saw, really nasty, kind of not treating others like humans.
Sure.
Like really nasty people. Like mean, real mean.
That's rough, man. I will say I don't have nearly as much experience. I've only recently started using Reddit more, but I mainly have been like, the shit I follow on Reddit are pretty much the "Am I the asshole" stories. I just find that shit fucking hilarious and like kind of crazy. But I'm sure there is a very, very, very dark side to Reddit. I've heard about it. Like so I have seen firsthand how disgusting Twitter gets at this point, like, and has for a while, but really nowadays. So
if I had enough money, I would buy Reddit and shut it down.
God damn.
I hate it. I think it really is. I'd never been in a dark place the way that I was. Reddit put me there. It was really mean, like evil spirited people there.
Jesus.
So, but either way, it is overall interesting to see what Netflix can do if they're going to do anything with this. But I think there's other things that they could do. I think there's other things that they could do besides this.
I think that's the thing. I think they're ultimately they probably looked at, okay, if let's say they were genuinely super serious about Warner Brothers, if they looked at it and said, okay, that was one move to try and like expand here, what can we do next? Obviously they've focused on a lot of live event stuff and things like that. This feels like a move of, okay, well, NBC did have Rotten Tomatoes and we saw how that kind of branched in Fandango and all that kind of stuff. So what kind of similar thing can we do? And they probably looked at Letterboxd and go, if they're selling, I mean, that's not a bad tool to have in the toolbox. I would prefer stuff like that to just be separate from studios. But
what do you guys think about all of it? Who should get it? If anything, does anybody really care if anybody buys Letterboxd? What do you think? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right, Winston, 35 so far. You got to have a big day here to take out, I think, Smets and Chris. From what I saw yesterday, it looks like they're in the lead. I'm going to look at Roka's number from Monday. Roka was in the lead. I want to double check and see. And I will double check and I think Luke might be able to check and see right now tentatively what they had yesterday. If so, Luke, text me if that's the case. If not, that's fine. I don't know if they've registered yet, but let me see what I have for Roka at the moment. Roka is definitely in the lead for sure. And then if Luke can find this, of course it's not loading. Holdy.
All good.
All right, yeah. So Roka's got a pretty solid number for Monday. So I don't necessarily know if it's between Roka and Chris and Smets right now, but can Winston take him out?
I appreciate each and every single person in the chat. So y'all all come through, but I noticed that we need one of the heavy hitters. Where's Derek Johnson and Ron? I saw Ron H had to go to the bank. So that's not good.
Vincent Burgess became a member. Thank you, Vincent. MSV became a member. Thank you, MSV.
Oh,
Winston, just mathing. This is from Zieg NY76. Regarding Avatar, the Last Airbender discussion on Tuesday. Season 1 of the animated series was 22 minutes episodes, which cost 480, which totals 484 minutes. Season 1 of the live action series was 8 60-minute episodes, which total 480.
Okay. I mean, that's great. I'm happy to hear that about the season 1. I had heard though that season 2 specifically was egregiously bad, how much it got, they had to truncate everything. Like that was like a topic of conversation that I was having with somebody about that. They straight up that watches the live action religiously. They tried to force entirely too much, including even the whole Bossing Say arc and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know.
Let's see. Next one here, and this is again Zeke and Y. Technically, the live action series was only 4 minutes shorter than the animated series. The way it was told was slightly different, so it felt a bit crammed, but it really wasn't. Thoughts? Did you watch season 2?
I have not seen season 2. Okay. I just based off of what people said. I was like, I'll get around to it, but I did not. So
sure. Nathan Drake. It's hilarious that Double Toasted trashed the new U Bowl movie with Armie Hammer, and then you came on the show for an interview with Corey. Was it because of the interview? I would love to watch that interview. I love Corey. Both of them, Corey and Martin. They're just the best. I love those.
No, guys. They're dope. I like them a
lot. Nathan, could Batgirl really have been worse than Supergirl? With Keaton returning and Brendan Fraser as a villain, I'm still curious to see that film. It would be interesting to compare it at this moment, right? I mean, considering the Saffron said it would have hurt the DC, in general, would have hurt the DC brand. Mm-hmm. It would be interesting if I was the Batgirl people. I'd be like, I would like to put Batgirl up against Supergirl and see what the audience thought was better. Yeah. The answer could have been really terrible. Look, I don't think Supergirl's a good movie. I don't think it was I thought the Marvels was significantly worse.
That's the thing. I don't think Supergirl is a bad movie. I think it's fine. I think it's right down the middle of the road in that, like, the stuff that works well, I think works well, and the stuff that doesn't work does not work. But I think it's right down the middle of the road. So but it is what it is.
Who calls me more during the show, knowing that I've told them a million times that I do? My wife or my dad?
I would say your wife.
They both call me right. They both call me. Oh, you doing your show? When do you do your show? Same time as always, Dad. With Keaton returning and Brendan Fraser as the villain, I'm still curious to see that film. Yeah, I mean, we're never going to see it. Josh Harwitz just had on J.K. Simmons, and they were talking about it, and he said, "Hey, I've never seen it either."
That's crazy.
Yeah, nuts. Sammy, sorry, man. OG's winning tip in not hearts. What was that? Oh, I guess that came in second. This is the first one. Sammy, now that time has passed, which is the better sports moment? Tyree helmet catch or the OG winning tip at the finals? It's still tough. It's still tough. I would have to say.
Wait, does that say heart?
Yeah, but it's what he said. Is he corrected it?
Oh, that's what that meant. Got it. Okay.
So, better sports moment. I mean, I'd still say OG because I just.
You think OG over the Tyree?
Oh, I don't know that helmet moment against. I don't know. I think I said helmet. I don't know.
Here. I'm not a New Yorker.
Super Bowl. I guess because it was a Super Bowl.
That was the thing. I'm not a New Yorker, but I would personally say, just as a sports fan, it's got to be the Tyree helmet for two reasons. One, with it being the Super Bowl, it's one game or bust.
I know.
That game you got with OG, you still had a full series. It was game 3 or game 4. So worst case scenario, okay.
They could have lost the game. Could have lost the game and then still potentially.
You still would have had plenty of time.
I think that's what I said last time, Sammy. Right? I think I said the Tyree.
Because on top of that, it was the Patriots and their undefeated season.
I know. So I probably stick with. I think I said Tyree last time. I probably stick with it. I don't know, Sammy. Tell me what I said last time. I don't remember. Abbott. Please do the Star Wars films in Machete or with Sam. This is what I have to understand again, because I do these shows every day, that I can't expect everybody to watch them every day. But I have explained the order that we're watching it a billion times, and it is the Machete order. It's like, so we're watching it once again, so people know. Rogue One is going to be drops today. New Hope drops on Tuesday. Empire will drop on Friday. The following Tuesday will be episode 1, then episode 2, then episode 3, then back to 6. Then we're going to watch Mandalorian seasons 1 through 3, then Mandalorian Grogu, and then we're going to get to the Zack Snyder movies. Okay, let's see. New member here. Gray Jedi, thank you. Appreciate that. Yesterday's show with Smets was awesome, says Griffin Shaw Media. Let's get him on next with Winston. Games will be fun. Winston, you rock.
Thank you, buddy.
If people want, everybody wants to play those games now with Smets.
What games is he doing? I'm so curious.
I did say Tyree. That's what I thought. Okay. Which ones did he play yesterday?
Or like what is he doing when you say the games that he does?
Oh, never mind. If you don't know, I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. That's fine. I'm curious if he's doing something similar, because I've been there's been a lot of stuff around the internet, and we started doing it over on Blur. We do a lot of either start, cut, bench, or keep 3, cut 4 type shit. So I don't know if he does something similar or anything.
Oh yeah, yeah. You'll see. He's been doing it for months.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. So Jake Mason TV, the Blastar. But I think you watched the show yesterday. Didn't you watch the show?
I did. I didn't watch the entirety. I saw about like 70% of it.
Oh, you must have missed we played games for like a good 20 minutes. Jake Mason TV, the Blaster Andor uses in Rogue One is Bix's. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Sammy. Spider-Man Brand New Day is now tracking for 230 to 250 domestic opening weekend, reported by Box Office Pro. Did it really? Where did that come from? Is that what we said? Is that what we said in the report? I think we said 180.
Said 180, 190.
Yeah, Sammy, where's that? Where are the chances that it's 2 billion? Maybe Winston could be right. Yeah, could be. Sending a super chat for Ron H because he can't because of his bank. Here's to you, Ron. What happened? Yeah.
He said he had to go fight the bank, and he's like, he hopes it's not all AI, so he could yell at a person, but not actually yell at a person, because
I didn't see that. I didn't see where he was. Missed you, Ron H. Rashan Walls. What version of the OG trilogy will you be showing Sam? The ones that are on Disney Plus. I know, like I'm not doing the originals. I'm just going to do it because you know why? Here's the thing too, because I watched New Hope with some of the special effects and stuff that was added in there that I don't necessarily love. She just felt like it was part of the movie. Yeah. Just felt like it was, like that's how it was released. She's like, that looks pretty good for 1977. I was like, you know what? I'm going to let her think that. And that was it.
Word.
Jay Morgan, my favorite NFL podcast, Heed the Call, discuss the best players from each team since 2000. Who would you say for the Cowboys and the Giants? Go Birds. It's hard to say for the Giants. I mean, 2000, I know that, look, I don't care what you say about Eli Manning. The guy won 2 championships. Now, he made a lot of dopey decisions, a lot of interceptions, but he still won us 2 titles.
Yeah, for the Giants, do you not feel like Michael Strahan or anything like that?
Strahan would be up there for me.
Because that's where my brain would go for.
But my question again is this: is similar, right? Like what you just talked about with the Tyree thing. If you take Strahan out, could you have found someone else in his position, to take them to the promised land? Eli was the right guy at the right time.
Yeah, but that's what I feel about Strahan, because I remember specifically with that undefeated thing, the reason why you guys got in the Patriots' ass, like obviously
he was a crucial part.
It was because it was that defense that got you to that Super Bowl, and Eli played his role. Like Eli reminded me of a better version of Peyton with his last Super Bowl win, where it was like, I'm here and I'm doing the 1 or 2 plays you need out of me, but this defense is handling business.
Yeah, totally.
For me, best Cowboys since 2000. If not Zach Martin on the O-line, then maybe DeMarcus Ware.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Next one. Sammy. Kristian, what kind of, or Winston, what kind of camera you got now?
Yeah. So I still have my Sony Alpha 6400, but I've been shooting a lot more recently, so I needed it to be free. So I actually got the Elgato Facecam 4K. This thing is pretty nuts. So it's dope. Yeah.
Jeremiah makes a great point. It's a good point.
I mean, fair. That's fair. Yeah. I'll give you that.
Mike Joyce, the watch along for Rogue One was great. Sam was really into it. I wonder if she'll like Jar Jar since she'll watch The Phantom Menace soon after Andor. So, yes, for what Mike was saying, first of all, Mike, thank you for watching the unedited. The unedited of Rogue One is up right now. If members haven't had an opportunity to check it out, you can. She is very aware that the prequels shift in tone dramatically. She knows it. So the thing is that a lot of people who went, there's 2 there's two people who saw those movies. Winston, when he was very young, who loved them as kids because it hit and it targeted his generation and it nailed it. So it always stuck with him, right? Then there was my generation that went and saw those movies and was expecting the same kind of tone they got from the original trilogy. Didn't get it, was disappointed by it. Some grew to enjoy it and appreciate for what it was. Others still just can't get on board with it. Sam's going into it not expecting that tone because if I didn't give her that precursor and say, all right, here's the next one, and she's expecting Andor and the original trilogy, then she's going to feel like I did when I saw it. But if I told her they shifted tone a little bit, they do this for these movies, she's gonna be. I'm basically going to tell her to watch it for the lore and enjoy the story itself, but expect the tone shift. And I think it's going to work for her.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. Which, real quick, because you made me think of something about I heard everything you said about the prequels. To make clear, I was listening, but I was still thinking about the thing with the sports player. I think it has to be Strahan because I will counter your he got 2 rings to Strahan is actually in the Hall of Fame, and most likely Eli will not make it there.
That's crazy.
So that would be my counter argument.
Hold on a second. I got something that's going to help this argument. Just needed a drink. All right. The watch along. All right. Craig, Matt, 56. Winston, I watched you and Roka agree with you all about Trump, but I saw ESPN say the host country leader can make those changes. Is it really abuse of power? I don't know what the hell he's talking about, and I don't know if I want to know.
The World Cup, the idea that he called in to have the red card overturned and shit.
I didn't even know what the hell's going on with that story.
Fair. Leave it alone then.
Robium. Winston, are you watching my Adventures with Superman? They're doing ABC Android Saga.
They're doing DBZ Androids? No, I am not. I didn't even realize that my Adventures with Superman was back. Man, they're not doing a very good job of advertising that. Okay, well, now I know I have something to watch this weekend.
Someone asked if I would do the Dune trilogy with Sam. We're planning on it. So it's going to be the goal right now is Star Wars movies, get those out. Go back to the finish the Snyder stuff. Probably get He-Man in there at one point because she wants to see He-Man. Then we're going to get into the X-Men movies. And maybe even Harry Potter first. She's never seen the Harry Potter movie, so Harry Potter might be first. Yeah, Harry Potter might
just read the book. I mean, I guess she would be your generation, so she probably didn't read the books either.
Huh? That one she knows nothing about. So Harry Potter, X-Men, and then I'd like to watch Dune because we could probably watch Dune. Well, we'll probably watch Dune before the third one comes out. I'd like to refresh on those right before I see them. I am going to take her to, if I have a +1 and she's around, I'm going to take her to see Spider-Man with me.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Which will be her first out of the theater reaction.
Yeah.
But we'll still do the reaction again, like watching it again. Tyler Ruby. 2 things. I love Supergirl. That's good. What happened to the Baywatch clip? We had to get rid of it. It got copyrighted. Yesterday was great. Smets could do guest stints with all your hosts. Yeah. But what I did do, so I'll show you. You saw that part of it, right? Winston, the Baywatch thing.
No. What was the
Baywatch
Baywatch
shit?
thing?
You didn't watch anything.
I saw when you guys got to the super chat stuff. So I saw pretty much the whole second hour.
That was the whole thing. We played it like 1,000 times during that.
Oh, did you play it again at the end?
Yeah.
And then you were talking about
when it was in the water.
Yeah. Okay. Then yes, I did. I did.
There he is. I have.
Yep.
There he is. I have the stills. I don't have the. This guy in the back is jacked as shit. Look at that.
Yeah,
dude.
for no reason. Is that
a monster?
What the fuck is going on?
It's like AI. This guy's a monster. Hey, you know what? It's funny. Like you see, Smets. Where is that? By the way, I should ask him. He's in Malibu. I don't remember what he said. So that's a great shot. So that's what we got. We can't play the clip anymore. But anyway, thank you for saying that. Comic Lover 90. Cooking dinner for the fam tonight, but my girl brought snow support. A few bumps, and I'm like Gordon Ramsay. Slow to crusty glasses, and my brother Big Dub. I feel like everything you're saying there is true. Nathan Drake. I really enjoyed Aladdin live action and what Will brought to that role. I'm excited that guy Richie is doing Hercules with the Russo brothers. Is that still happening? I thought it got canceled.
Wait, they're all 3 are directing, or what? How does that work? As the Russos writing it,
and the Russos are producing it.
Oh, okay.
I think so. I don't know, but Luke, can we get a confirmation on that? Do we? Is that canceled? No. I saw this before. You really didn't understand what I was saying here. Enrique Inarritu comparing Paul to Anakin is such a disservice and disrespect. Even Denise said that. He said his inspiration was Michael and Godfather, no Goose Brickles. Never said he was. Never said he was inspired by it. Never once said that. Never once said that.
Never said that he what?
I never said that Inarritu was influenced by Anakin. Never said that. I said the exact opposite. Actually, what I said was that Anakin, from what George Lucas, when he created Anakin, was inspired by Paul Atreides. I didn't say that anything about Naruto, but I said, and also throw the prequels out. We talk about the prequels, talking about the character of Anakin Skywalker, to which I've always, even though I have a more of an appreciation for the prequels now, I still think the handling of Anakin's turn was not great. My whole point of why I said, and I couldn't, everybody today, and I'm going to start doing this. You win the award today, Enrique, and you're a great commenter. You comment all the time, but you win the award today for the person I disagree with the most, because you didn't understand what I said here when I said it's such a disservice. You said it's such a disservice and disrespect. It's not a disservice. It's exactly right in the fact that the progression of Paul Atreides in the way that Denis does it brilliantly so far, even in the trailers, is how I wanted to see Anakin done, in the way that clearly Magneto was not inspired by Anakin in First Class, but that's the turn I wanted to see from Anakin. So I'm comparing the way that he did it masterfully so far in trailers of how I wanted to see Anakin do it. So respectfully, Enrique, the fuck are you talking about?
Quick question. Inarritu or Toy Story 5? Like, which did you mean there? Because you kept saying that instead of Villeneuve.
That's what I meant. Inarritu is I was thinking of Digger.
I know.
Yeah. But yes, you know what I'm talking about. So, but I say that with love, Enrique. You're one of the main people over here all the time, engaging in really good conversation. And I also said Inarritu because that's what his name is.
That's fair.
Yoshimitsu, I'm guessing that Enrique just misunderstood what you're saying. Yes, I think that's exactly what happened. And I'm sure he's going to respond and say he misunderstood. Knowing the Dune books, you can definitely see that Anakin was derived from Paul. 1 billion %. It's exactly what I just think he misunderstood. Okay. Next one, Yoshimitsu. I'm not excited for Doomsday yet, but I'm excited for Spider-Man. I'm hoping that Spider-Man helps me get more interested in Doomsday. I bet it will. Well, that's the trick. Luke asked me, do I still think it could get close to 3? I said, and I prefaced it, it depends, and I already know that if it let's say it tops out at 1.2, I realize that I'll get bombarded. And that's what you get when you make the prediction. But if it makes 1.2 or it makes 1 because it just wasn't that good, remember what I've said a million times over. If it's great, it has an opportunity to do this number. If it's not good, it's not going to do that number. Not even come close. It's not like, oh no, it doesn't matter. No matter, even if this movie is subpar, people are going to go back and watch it 3-4 times. Never said that, never will. But, it is what it is. Okay, next one. Willows 2035. You can remember. Got a lot of new members here today. I love it. Dune 3 budget, 220 million. Risky? I'll tell you why not. The last one did close to what? 700. It was like something 700, maybe. Double check that with but I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say 720 is what it made worldwide.
You want total worldwide?
Total worldwide, yeah.
714.
714. Okay,
so call it 715 because it was 714.8. So 715.
Okay, so I got close. And that movie probably was in the 180, $200 million range. Here's another reason why. You take that risk and hopefully you can nail that 700, anywhere between 600 to $700 million risk. However, they're going for the gold this year. They're going to try to win the Oscar with Denis, or they're going to try to get nominated. So they're pulling a one battle trick here too. So, yeah, no, I don't think this is risky at all. Yep. Okay. Ant Colston, my bold prediction that Sam will like The Last Jedi. Sucks that we have to wait until after Mando, but I get it. Also, banger match in the vault today. Love Clark. It was a really good match. Clark, again, as Ant brings it up, if you haven't subscribed to the vault, all you got to do is type in Schmodown Vault. And today you get to see these two legends go at it. And that, of course, is Makuga and Clark Wolf. It's a really fun match. I hope you guys will go and check that out. And yeah, look, I think, And I promise you, I give you guys my word, I am not going to say anything in the way that I didn't about I can't remember a few of the Marvel movies that I didn't like. I didn't say anything the same until after I saw it. I will not say anything about my opinions on any of the sequel trilogy movies, but we're not going to watch them until we get to close to Starfighter, because I think they're going to be relevant to Starfighter.
Right.
So, I think you're right though. I think she's going to like the original the new trilogy. I don't think she's going to like my wife out of I don't my wife can tell you anything. I mean, she's never seen the prequels. She won't watch them. And she gets bored with the original trilogy. She enjoyed all three of the new trilogy, because she's just like a casual movie person. Like, and she liked Rey, and she's not like she doesn't give a shit if someone goes, "You shill," she doesn't know what the hell that is.
I mean, she's almost my wife. My fiance is the same way. She didn't like New Hope, but she loved Force Awakens. Like, for her, like, it was just like, I don't know, it's kind of an old movie. Like, I get what people might like. It's not for me. And then she saw Force Awakens and loved it.
Yeah. Aunt Colson. My bold prediction is that we did that one already. Sorry. So, Gopal, what's up, Gopal? Where you been? So Anne Hathaway is in like 3 movies this summer. Yeah, she's in that movie I talked about. That's coming up, the dinosaur one. She's coming in. She did the Devil Wears Prada. What's the third?
Isn't she in Odyssey?
And she's in Odyssey, right? That's exactly right. Yeah, 3 movies. Nathan Drake, thoughts on Poison Ivy show set in Reeves verse? Oh, is that true?
That was one of the stories that Luke sent us. I'll be honest with you, I'm not happy about it, and it's not because I don't want. I think that show would be great. I think that they would kill it. Why I'm not happy about it is, why the fuck are you telling me about more stuff you're trying to do with the Reeves verse, and you still haven't figured out what the fuck you're doing with Batman for the DCU? I don't want to hear any more anything other than, you can tell me that the Batman 2's coming out, and you can tell me things about that movie, but I don't want to hear about any other spin-off shit until we know what we're doing with Batman in the main universe.
So, oh yes, that is really weird that that's happening. Jeff Snyder confirmed it apparently.
Yeah,
I mean, well, here's the question: if you've got the Penguin show, if you have the Penguin show, which was nominated for Emmys and won a bunch of stuff, and then the Batman 2 delivers. If you're Ellison and you're going to do, let's say here's the problem you run into.
Yep.
Let's say the Batman 2 makes the kind of money we think that it will, right? And makes more than, say, Superman did. And then which is not far-fetched, because I think the Batman made more than Superman did. And then the Poison Ivy show comes out, and it does the same type of shit that the Penguin did.
Then
right?
You shift that direction clear. That's probably what's going to happen.
And Man of Tomorrow doesn't perform. If you're Ellison, you then say, "Thank you, James Gunn. We no longer need your services. Hey, Matt Reeves, what kind of dump truck do you want for us to put all your money in so we can dump it on your front lawn?" That's what you do. And you shift it to maybe not Matt Reeves running the DC, but running that universe.
And to that point, like we said this a million times, it's show business. So not only is it quality stuff that's going on, it's making money. I can't blame anybody for doing that. And I'm not anti that, considering I did like the Batman and I like the Penguin. So but I'm just of the mindset that, like, we have acknowledged this is like kind of its own thing or whatever. So either one or two things is happening. Either you are going to have a Batman in your main universe, and I would like to know what that is and how that's going to work, or you're not. And that seems weird, to just not have Batman as part of DC. That doesn't make sense.
It's making it a conflict of interest. And if I'm Gunn, I'm going, you can't do a Poison Ivy series right now. You're building out that universe and making it even more popular. And we're trying to launch this guy into our DC universe. Like, you can't have a whole, because you have to look at it and go, Penguin, boom, massive hit. The Batman, everyone loves. Poison Ivy, oh, they just won more Emmys and Golden Globes on Poison Ivy. You're like, oh my God, what am I doing here? It's a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Yoshimitsu, I think the next big movie I'm excited for after Spider-Man is Godzilla -0. Yeah, I missed the trailer yesterday, not watching it. There are 13 smaller movies in between that I want to see, though. Me too. When does that come out? I didn't even see that.
Good question.
When is that? Hold on. Godzilla. I missed. Exactly. I'm going to say October. Yeah. No, November 6th.
Got it.
November 6th. That one I'll probably watch with Sam as well. The first one.
Okay.
I loved that movie.
Yeah, I remember you would not stop, which understandably you wouldn't stop
Did
talking
you not
about.
see that one, the first one?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch that with you. I don't know. We'll
Okay.
see. We'll see. Israel, Zerg. Looking forward to seeing A New Hope and Empire with your reveal yesterday on the Love Triangle. Have you guys checked the Avatar movie trailer? No, I haven't seen that trailer. I don't know if Winston has either.
I didn't see it. I was of the mindset that when it comes out, I'll watch it. But all the drama with it before, I just was like, I'll wait.
Yeah, I mean, so what he's talking about yesterday is that we were watching A New Hope, and at the end, she goes, "Princess Leia is going to be a problem," and I go, she's like, she's going to be a love triangle with these three. I can see it already. I'm just like, oh, she doesn't know anything,
dude.
Yeah,
you really found a gem. I think the thing that's really wild, because didn't Sam a mom?
Yeah, but I don't think her kids really cared about the only things that her kids really loved when they were kids was Spider-Man. And even then, she watched Spider-Man 3. She said, "Oh, I remember the Sandman." And then we watched Spider-Man 3. She didn't remember any of it. She was probably watching it in the background when a kid watched it 1,000 different times.
That's crazy.
Josh Wilding versus Kalinowski, who wins in a fight? I don't know Josh well enough to say, Tim Bino. I don't like the way that both of them are handling that situation.
Wait, what's going on?
Oh, Kalinowski went after him again on Twitter, and then Josh responded. It was so stupid. It's like the two of them should be on. I said to come on the show, and some dickbag on wheels is like, "Oh yeah, have them come on the show, then you can monetize them with super chats." I go, "Why don't you stick up your head, up your fucking asshole, you douche, stupid asshole! Get the fuck out of here, you fucking troll, just waiting to come in." Oh, I can talk about dick pills now. Just go sniff your own ass and talk about it on a Wednesday night with nobody in the audience. You open mic fuck.
Jesus.
All right. Let's see. Next one. R.L. Jensen 3. Watching on delay. Sorry if this was already discussed. Could the negative on set stories of The Rock from a few years ago be why some people turning away from his movies? You go the pee and about nah. There's a shelf life for movie stars, and it is very hard to stay on top.
Yeah, that's the main thing I think above all else is just the idea of everybody starts to fade at one point or another, and the only thing you can hope once you've gotten out of that, like the brightest part of the spotlight, is that you're that type of star that now you only do a movie every like 4 years, but then that movie hits. He's still trying to put movies out at the same pace that he was near his peak, and you can tell that it's just not hitting the way it used to. So I don't
know. Mad Dog. I wish we had some positive news of the Henry Cavill Warhammer show. Gentlemen and Mobland trailers yesterday, great shows, and Slow Horses out September 2. I gotta watch that Slow Horses. I feel like it'll be up my alley. Everyone loves that show. Currently, I'm almost tonight. I will finish. I just couldn't do it because went to screening last night, but I'm going to at least get close to finishing 12 Monkeys. Finally, I have 2 episodes left of the series. I'm going to finish it tonight. Then I'm going to jump into the Bear. I did watch Bear, the final season, episode 1. So I'm going to finish that up, but I do want to jump into some of these shows, like whether it's Silo or I'll finish Mobland. There are a lot of shows that I want to finish that I can't get Sadie to watch with me. I'll just watch myself. Yeah. Joe Hendo. Corner. Do you listen to rock music? So what bands you use? Are you talking about current, Joe? Because I mean, my favorite all-time band of all time is The Doors. My favorite
rock bands. I mean, for me, I still am like big into like Linkin Park, but I've always been more of a hip hop head. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I vary up my when I'm at the gym. Like this morning, it was like sometimes I'll do like a trance playlist. Sometimes I'll do a hip hop playlist. Sometimes I'll just do random ones. Sometimes I put WWE theme songs on.
Oh, dude, that's always great.
Those are good ones. Those are good ones. Bobby, if I remember correctly, the official trailer for Digger comes out on Monday, July 13th. I might do a reaction to that one.
Okay.
I might. Yeah. Joe Hendo. The acoustic cover of The Middle by Jimmy World that was in Supergirl was honestly awful. Trying to kill a pop punk classic. You know what's so funny is that now that when I watch, and that's another one I'll probably watch with Sam because she is watching the DCU, so I'll watch that Supergirl with her when it comes out. It's going to be out in like a couple of weeks. I'll watch that with her and I'll pay attention to that again because everybody was really bashing that song, and I don't remember being neither inspired by it or disappointed by it. I just remember like, oh, I'm just so used to James Gunn doing shit like that now, even though it wasn't James Gunn's movie. You know?
Yeah. It is very much that is his style. The way that Zack Snyder puts slow motion in everything.
Yeah, me too. Sammy Zayas. Sammy. Do you guys have a go-to sports show or podcast you always listen to for recaps, insight, and analysts? I always go to Dan Patrick and Rich Eisen. I like Dan Patrick and Rich Eisen. I haven't as well, I used to. I mean, look, Pardon the Interruption was always my show.
Pardon the Interruption was great. I love that. I used to love Around the Horn, but obviously that ended recently.
Too. What happened to Reali? Where's Reali? See him around.
That's a great question. Yeah. Wasn't he doing some on Twitter?
I saw him some Instagram or something that he had pop up, but
no, Rome is on Twitter. Reali, I don't know what he's doing right now, but
like Reali.
But I honestly, I'm a big fan of First Things First. Nick Wright and Wiles and Brew. I think they have a fun dynamic, and they do a lot of segments that are a lot of fun. So I'm with them.
You know, Vaseline Base, you, Winston, Two Peas and Pop, box office guesses. We're usually significantly different in our predictions. Significantly different. Nathan Drake, Richie no longer attached to the movie. That sucks. Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Well, although Luke said, where is it? The live action Hercules is still in development at Disney, though. It's currently going through a creative tug of war behind the scenes. Okay, so whatever that means. Yeah. Unheard Sirens Incorporated. I've been loving the Schmodown Vault. I love that you love the Vault. I love that people have been checking out the Vault. I started watching the Schmoes and the Schmodown around the team's tournament era, and it brings back memories. I love that season 3 theme song. Gets me amped every time. That song came from Schnepp, not him, but a composer that he worked with. And I remember I had that walking treadmill in my office that I got from Campia, and I was on it, and I really wanted to get a old school UFC feel from it, like the early 2000s feel. And I told Schnepp, I was like, I want to get like the early 2000s UFC feel. He goes, give it to my guy. My guy can do it. And I told him, and he did it. It's a great. It absolutely 100% feels like the old UFC, like when you hear it.
Nice.
Yeah. Oshi, Yumatu. Having Jelly Roll on for a Smets game would be epic. And that was the other thing. I saw you the other day, like, where you're like, I don't understand what's going on with the Jelly Roll Christian thing. I'm like, Winston doesn't watch the show. Paul,
first of all, I watch the show more than most of the people that are on the show watch the show.
That is true. No, that is true.
I just don't put it in super chats. I'm not going to pay you.
I have told you, by the way, that Jelly Roll thing 1,000 times. I've told you.
You have, and I still don't
one
get
ear, went out
why
the other
it
one.
became a thing.
I was just getting emails about it all the time from Entertainment Weekly. I was like, Jelly Roll's getting married. I don't care. Yeah. Paul Hitchcock. I'm annoyed that the Dune prologue is only on 70mm screenings of the Odyssey. Understand the rationale, but now it's off to Reddit for bad phone recordings. Hilarious. Yeah, I don't know why they're doing it either. I mean, look, I had this whole kind of debate with although I do find myself, as I'm getting older, and I realize this, I don't want to say combative is the word, but I don't want like people I don't know. If you're gonna try to what's big up me, I'm probably gonna let you know that's not gonna work. If I like, because I was talking to my friend at the press screening for Evil Dead. And we're talking about the Dune thing, and he's like, no, he's a big Dune head. So he's like, I'm excited for Dune, man, to go and they're going to show it. There was a special event that they just had that I got invited to that I didn't go. I didn't want to go because they were showing the trailer, and there was like a special thing that they were doing. And he's like, well, they're also showing the footage in front of Odyssey. I said, I don't want to see that. I said, no, you don't. And I go, I don't want to see 7 or 8 minutes. I don't want to get that feeling spoiled of like, and then want more, and I can't watch the rest of the movie. And he's like, and then the guy behind me goes, if you get spoiled from that, then you got whatever he said. And I go, I'm not saying spoiled the whole movie. I'm talking about the fact that the essence of it. No, I know. I was like, don't get involved. I don't know you. What are you doing? It's like I'm like, if you know me, if it's me and you and Mike goes, hey, you're gonna get spoiled off of that. I'm like, all right, I know Mike. Like, I don't know that is he big up in me? Is he like I don't know you, so I can take it a different way. If my friend Brandon says to me, like, "You're not gonna spoil from that," I'm gonna go, all right, yeah, and have a conversation with him. I just met this fucking guy. I don't even know. I didn't meet him. I don't know who he is. Where'd you come from? You work here? Who are you?
The funny thing is the longer you have returned to your roots, You just turn more and more New Yorker every single day, where it's exactly that. If I know you, you can talk to me like that. I don't know this fucking piece
I
of
don't
shit.
know him. He comes. I'm not gonna call him a piece of shit, but I don't know. I don't know the guy. Could be a great guy. I have no idea. But who is he? Is he working?
Who the fuck is you?
Who is? Is that Denis? Who are you? Like, what are you doing? Man, really, I don't need you here. So anyway, Blaine binge Widow's Bay in the studio. Apple's on fire. I'm telling him. I'm just gonna watch that freaking show. I'm trying to get my older one to watch that with me.
With the Widow's Bay?
Widow's Bay. And everyone's talking about how much she would like it, and she won't watch it with me. I gotta get her to try to do it. Jalen Turner. There was a world where Superman and Batman could have collided, but James Gunn's vision is too comedic and cartoony. He started this whole DCU saying there were going to be different tones, but they're just too far apart. Wait for Clayface. Clayface is going to be a different tone for sure. But the question is, that's more like that's a smaller movie in general.
And I also ventured. I here's the thing. The reason why it's feeling a little more cartoony as far as that goes, he is leaning towards making the early 2000s Justice League Unlimited cartoon.
Yeah.
It is very obvious that's what he's doing, and I don't have a problem with that. It's just if you hit too many snags before you get there, that's the issue. But
yeah, look, we said this many times over. The DC, it has a loss. The whole DCU isn't a loss yet,
right?
It has a loss,
right?
You got to let it follow up. It's not going to be sunk if Lanterns doesn't hit, but it's not going to be helpful in the same conversation we just had, where if the Penguin was successful and then the Poison Ivy thing is great, but Lanterns isn't, and then the Jimmy Olsen thing is ridiculous, you're going to have problems. But the flip side of that is if Lanterns delivers and it's really, really solid, and then this Jimmy Olsen thing becomes the next, like the Andor for the DCU,
yeah,
and then Man of Tomorrow hits, well, they're in a different conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. That is almost it. We have like 3 left. So we'll see if we still with 20 minutes left. We still got a shot to get Winston the win here. Bobo Baggins, 66. With the Superman movie, if Supes was set to conquer Earth, why not just make his parents Zod and his wife? Changing his parents doesn't really add anything, just gives him doubt for 10 minutes. Someone said this because I guess I can't remember who it was, but they said, who was this? Someone told me this recently that the thing with Jor-El and his wife about them sending him, or how he was talking to, I can't remember what it was more so the Donner universe. They took some more stuff there. I still like the idea that Jor-El had Earth's best interest at hand. I just like that story aspect. I don't like the fact that his dad was basically go and conquer and fuck everybody you can. I don't like it. I don't like it. But it's different, which is the one thing I can say. I'll give you the swing there, because Kara's dad is completely different. He was essentially the Jor-El. He served that. With what he was doing with her. But yeah, I don't necessarily love that. I don't know, Winston. I think you dug it more than me.
I didn't dislike it. I didn't hate it. I think it fit for the story they were telling within that particular movie, and the idea of like, it doesn't necessarily matter where you directly come from. It's what you decide to do with yourself that matters. And like the fact that he replaced the video with his parents in a language he really couldn't understand with then like video of his actual parents that raised him. I thought that there was just something very interesting about that I didn't dislike. But as an overall arching storyline, I gotta wait how it plays out. I still feel like Gunn is just gaslighting us, and I feel like somebody did alter that. I know we got more confirmation in Supergirl because Kara's dad said it too. But there's some part of me that feels like something got lost in translation somewhere.
Maybe.
So, I don't know.
Maybe. I'm not a fan. I wasn't a fan of that move. Okay. Comic lover sweating like Henry Hill at the end of Goodfellas. If you know, you know. Jared, LT78. Watch one for 24 hours straight and delete the others. Street Fighter 90s movie. Oh my goodness. Super Mario Brothers live action or Double Dragon 90s movie. Probably the Street Fighter 90s movie I would watch for 24 hours, delete the others.
I haven't seen Street Fighter 90 in a long time.
I haven't seen Double Dragon 90s movie, I think, ever, and I don't want to.
I've never seen Double Dragon, and I used to watch as bad as it was. I used to watch that Mario movie on repeat when I was a kid. It was atrocious, but as a kid, for some reason, I loved it. So I would probably say Super Mario. But
yeah, all right. Sammy recently watched Obsession. That movie is absolutely amazing. But seeing people call the main girl Nikki the villain is such a wild take that for it. I mean, that's
not.
Well, I don't see Sam didn't call her the villain. Sam, who I do the reviews with, she never called her the villain. She had a very different take on it in general. But yeah, she and Nikki is 1000% not the villain. And that was the other thing too. She never did really. Oh, she was dating or she's doing something else with someone else, right? So what? They weren't a couple.
No, and on top of that, Bear literally was given the opportunity. She straight up at the start of the movie goes, "Bro,
you like me?
Are you into me or nah?" And he was like, "What?
Right?
No, come on, like, what?
That's
crazy.
Right? Yeah. No, Bear's a douche.
Yeah.
Comic lover. Chrissy Glasses smacked these dudes like it's 95. By the way, you guys always welcome for dinner. Thanks, man. Yo, check the pic. I'm totally jacked. For 50 burpees in snow. You turned into Ron H. Is what you turned into.
50 burpees on the snow. Jesus, your heart gonna explode.
Pierre's looking for some shit. He's smiling right now. Pierre's laughing because he knows. Pierre's looking for some shit. Sorry that Dune is boring. Stop it. The trailer for part 3 looked exciting. Oh, okay. Any suggestions to motivate a rewatch of part 1 and 2? But they're interesting. He's not looking for some shit. Look, man, what I would also say to you is, put on I was gonna say put on headphones, but don't do that. Put get the subtitles on for sure if you didn't watch them with subtitles, because I think that helps a lot in general, because there's a lot going on. But if you have time to watch them as one big movie, that's the other thing, is that part 1 and part 2 I don't really see as a part 1 and part 2. I really do see it as one huge movie.
Like you talk about it the way I talk about Rush Hour.
Well, I think it's different though, because 1 and 2, because this is 1 and 2 is one story that's cut into 2 movies.
Fair.
In the way like Kill Bill 1 and 2 is one movie.
Or aren't the last 2 Matrix movies or the middle 2 and 3, aren't they supposed to?
Well, they were filmed at the same time, but I mean, like, but 1 and 2 of Dune, it's just one story that was cut into 2 movies, right? The third is a separate story. The first one is about the rise of Paul Atreides and this thing. This is the third one is a time jump and all this stuff too. But I would just say try to watch it again, man, and like really just dive into the story. So because I thought, Pierre, I think you're a Star Wars guy, right? Like this, to me, it's the best Star Wars movie since Empire Strikes Back, Dune 1 and Dune 2. Like it's what I wish Star Wars would be. Where they can actually treat the characters seriously and write it like it's not, written for like a 3-year-old. So I'm curious to see if you give it another shot. Yeah.
I was just no. Go ahead.
No,
the only thing was, just as you were wrapping that up about Dune in that regard, somebody in the chat said that they thought that regular Nikki from Obsession is not a particularly good person. I was like, what did she do? I don't remember her doing anything.
Yeah, what did she do? She didn't want to be at her job. She was,
she was hooking up with somebody, which is her business. I don't understand.
She's single. Yeah. Why would she? Who said that she wasn't a good person? Why? Jones, I see this. Jonesy, what is your rationale of that?
Yeah.
What's your rationale? What did she do that made her not a good person? That's a statement. So let's back it up. Let me see. All right, let's see. Go, pal. It would be fun if Gunn finds a place in the DCU to address Kevin Smith's kryptonite condom theory from Mallrats. Don't encourage him, Go, pal. Don't encourage him. Comic Lover left the snow alone for a minute. Now Grandma's going to. You are Ron H. Come on. Gonna have to do jiu-jitsu on Grandma now. I don't hear her answer. You guys coming over. This is, he really, it's like they're like tag teaming. These two. Yoshimitsu. I love the new Dune movies, but I still like the 2000 sci-fi miniseries better. I don't think I've ever seen it. The CGI is awful, but the story is translated more accurately and clearly. Huh.
Is it still unnecessarily hot over there?
Here?
Yeah.
In New York?
Yeah.
Where did that come from this?
The comment of him wishing he had snow because it was too hot was still in my brain. But the Dune miniseries, I had heard about that. I've never seen it. I thought about 4
I didn't
before.
see it either. Yeah, I didn't see it. But no, it's a little hotter today. But yesterday it's been pretty nice. I love the new movie. Okay, I've never seen the series. I haven't seen it. Savvy. Keep one, replace one, change one stand-up comic career. Options are George Lopez, Jerry Seinfeld, and Tom Segura. So keep one,
replace one, change one, but it's stand-up career, so that doesn't include TV stuff.
Stand-up.
Right?
So yeah, this is gonna be tough and easy for me at the same time. I keep Jerry Seinfeld, and I don't know, to replace one. I don't know Tom Segura well enough. So Tom Segura, and then change one. But change one how?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's keep Lopez. When you say replace, is in like put a whole new person in?
I don't know what he means.
Yeah.
I am Too Fly Cam. I like Dune, but the characters miss heart. I don't love any character. The big moments don't impact me much. Nothing as devastating as Anakin's fall. Well, they had more time to set it up because of where it was. I don't think Anakin's fall was handled well in the prequels at all. It's just I wish that you had an opportunity. It's handled in the book brilliantly. In the Revenge of the Sith novelization, the turn is handled really, really well.
It just feels like it was just by the nature of things. It just felt rushed, I guess.
Yeah. Jonesy says Nikki clearly knew Bear had feelings for her. Okay, led Bear on while keeping him friend zone. So
when did she lead him on?
But first of all, even if she did, doesn't make her a bad person. Right. Plus, hugging with Bear's friend for years is a standard character. Not really, because she doesn't. First of all, he never told her ever that he had feelings for her. Never once said anything to her.
She literally offered it up. That's the thing.
You can assume that he likes you, or maybe someone tells you. But if he doesn't tell you, it doesn't make her a bad person at all. Maybe you could make the argument. Hey, if she thought that Bear liked it and she could have maybe said something, okay, it doesn't make her a bad person at all. That's incorrect.
My pushback on all of that too, though, is the fact that the main thing that gets presented with Nikki. Do you see how many times she keeps pushing Sarah and Bear because Sarah, her friend, has very much expressed feelings?
Yeah, Nikki. No, that's not a great take, in my opinion. Okay, let's see. Next one here too. Is Comic Lover. Listen, I'm shy and the snow helps. 50 burpees in snow. It's gotta be Ron H. It's gotta be. Joey Pedras. Welcome to Derry was so excellent. Wasn't expecting it to be that good. It was phenomenal. It was really great. One of the better shows.
Refuse to watch anything.
It's really good. Yeah, it's a really good show. Might be a good way to actually get into the It franchise, to be honest with you.
Start with that and then go watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dune Messiah has a ton of heart. I don't know if Denis will really get into it with what he changed about Chani in 1 and 2. Okay. I don't know. See, Gopal's like a massive Dune book fan. He knows it.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like his Star Wars, right? Like he just knows it in and out. So I don't have enough because I was always, I don't want to say anti-Dune, but the David Lynch Dunes, really, the Dune rather, maybe I don't ever want to see it. I have no interest in seeing these movies. And it was Riley who told me a million times over, dude, the book is so good. It's what Star Wars was based off of. If they do this right, you're going to love it. And I remember then they said Denis was doing it. I was like, who cares about Dune? And Riley's like, I'm telling you, man, if this hits the right way, you're going to love it. And he was 100% right. But I have no stake in the characters and stuff from the books. I don't know the books at all. So I don't know if he's going to change it or what he's going to do at all. But I'm curious, Gopal, after you see it, like what you think. We got more stuff, I think, Winston. They're not letting you go. They're giving you a shot. Yoshimitsu. I couldn't find that Beast Wars casting recording video, but I did find a short bit of it in a longer video. I'll post it on Discord. Don't have Twitter. Okay. Yeah, please. Oh, yeah. He told me yesterday there was like you get to see a cool version of.
He's like cutting between them all very quickly, right?
Yeah, well, no. Voiceover.
That's what I mean. The voiceover that he was doing the different voices to himself.
Yeah.
I told you I watched the show, man.
Okay. for like 2 seconds. Comic lover, check the arms. Yo, who wants to arm wrestle? Woo! Me and Grandma going left line now. Chrissy, tell Ming to hit me up for collab. Hit him up. Hit him up. He actually just posted a new video with Sam today. Go pal. Friend zone is bull as a concept. Yeah, he's exactly. Are you going to do backrooms reaction, Joey? Yes. Yeah, I'm Tina's coming in on Tuesday. Oh shit, Tina's coming in on Wednesday. Trying to think. Yeah, I might do backrooms with Tina. She's coming in. Sammy, last one of the day here. I called it, guys. Which one did you call? What did he call? Oh, you called the win?
Oh, he wants to be the last one to put stuff in.
Oh, well, nope. Gopal did it. No such thing. She doesn't owe you anything. Yeah, 100%.
1,000% doesn't owe you anything. But on top of that, again, closed mouth don't get fed.
Yeah.
If you are not going to speak up about how you feel about somebody, you don't get to bitch and complain when they're not interested. And on top of that, even if you and she's like, but I'm not interested in you in that way.
Still, but it wasn't great that she was, her and then the friend were like banging each other behind the scenes, but it's like, again, they're not dating anyone. It's like
they're not.
It's kind of trashy. Why? Maybe they wouldn't want anybody to know.
I also put that more on Ian, his friend, because I'm like, bro, I'm out
Ian's
here.
Ian's a douche.
You.
That's a different conversation.
That's a shitty friend.
That's a different conversation. Yeah.
I'm out here telling you that the opening scene is him.
Right.
This is how I'm going to confess to her. And he's out here in these streets.
Right. I don't want to go too much into it though, too. So all right, let's see. Yeah, thank you, Go. That's the other thing with Backrooms. I just didn't like the ending.
You didn't?
The ending? No. I don't like those open end, like, guess what it is? It's like, what the fuck is it?
I feel like that was less for that, and that was more just because of the lore involved with Backrooms.
I guess so.
Set up to do another movie.
I guess so. I don't know anything about it. So that's homework for me. Comic lover. Last one. Nothing is over. Come on. First blood. Nothing is over. Yoshimitsu agreed with Gopal on Chani. The changes they made feel like they're only made because they didn't mean to film part 3 and set them up for trouble. I don't know what the changes were. Do I want to know? I don't know if I want to know. Yeah. Okay. Listen. Right now, 70 questions. Solid show. Some good donations. I don't know if it's going to be enough to beat Roca or Chris and Smets, but we had a good turnout overall. Good discussion. Winston, give the people some time if they want to throw anything else in. If not, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me at the Swaggy Blurred on all platforms, man. Check me out on YouTube right now. The video that's up was my out of the theater reaction and spoiler review, because it's the same movie of the live action Moana, so you can check that out. And I got my DCU theory video coming out. I'm excited about that. Spill Tequila on Tuesdays with Roca. Blurs in the Hood on Wednesdays. Myself and Jay Washington here on Fridays, and that's pretty much it right now, man. And I guess the last week or so of this commercial, so keep crossing your fingers, man. Weddings are expensive.
Well, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys very much so for being here. We got a lot going on this whole channel right now. We got 2:30. We got Rogue One unedited coming up. We got again, Sam and I are going into the Star Wars movies in general. Invincible still going on with me and Ming. I got my out of the theater reaction coming up for the Odyssey. So do that. Check it out. Okay, let's see. Yoshimitsu, no, you don't want to know. You'll enjoy it more. All right, fair enough. I don't want to know. Thank you for telling me. Or not telling me. Oh, Winston, why are you so wrong on box office? Lack of information?
I mean, that's probably part of it, because a lot of times I'm just kind of taking guesses on stuff I know pop culture wise. It is what it is. It's not an expertise of mine. I never claimed for it to be. So.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So
I mean, look, it is, and it's a thing also that what we did with like Ellis and I, we would do it for so long, and you learn the rhythms and pay attention to tracking, and I think that's a different conversation. It's like Winston's like, I don't listen to the tracking. I just kind of go off of what my gut is.
I go off my gut. I go off literally doing the show once a week, and we read stories about box office, and I take a shot.
Totally. Gopal. Chani is Paul's ride or die from Jump in book 1. She fully understands the Brilliant play and is on board. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So I guess we just got spoiled for that. Okay. Thank you very much. Again, if you haven't, the other thing, is that these are going quick. And for East Coast peeps, make sure that you get the tickets. Myself, Jen Sturger, Mark Ellis, we're going to be performing together. Make sure you go and you get those tickets now before they're gonski. As I mentioned before, Wolf and Makuga up on the Vault channel. It's a great week. We'll be back next week on Monday, me and Roka. So thanks again for being here. Oh, we got 2 more. Winston does box office just as good as I do my taxes.
Bro, that means you about to go to jail.
Right? Josh Gonzalez. I said Bear's friend was the douche in that. I've always made sure not to hit on any woman my friend finds interesting, let alone hook up with. Yeah, yes, 100%.
It is exclusively the fact that he is directly
he's working with him. He's working with him.
How to hit on her.
Yes. He's giving it the whole thing. Again, I don't want to spoil it. Vaseline Base explains why your Cowboys predictions are also wrong. Well, that's just a happy fan getting excited.
That's just a fan. And like when you go and look at the actual talent on the team, when has that ever been wrong? The issue is Jerry keeps hiring coaches that don't do shit. That's the problem.
Armada. Oh, this is easy for me. Caesar's Apes trilogy versus Guardians trilogy. Apes. I love the Apes trilogy. I have come around on Guardians 2 more so than when I initially saw it. I like it a lot better now than I used to, and I love 3. I would go 3, 1, 2 for me on the Guardians trilogy. Apes is also a 4th movie. It's a full thing. What they did, the emotion in that movie. I love those movies. I love those movies.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Guardians.
Okay.
I finally finished the Apes trilogy, and I like it a lot, but I think Guardians just, I'm just as attached to MCU shit.
I get it. All right, let's see. So one more. I'm on Snowbase. This is the perfect last one. Jail ain't nothing for me. All right, and with that, we're out. Thank you for being here. Thanks to everybody for being here. You guys are the best. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Winston, PLD, Luke, Sam, and MK for posting those time codes. Everybody, Smetsy and everybody else, appreciate you. See you later. Bye.
Did you shit in there?